Alright folks, it's been 3 days since I've been working on this here. Let me stop, I can't do that. It's been 3 days or so since I got the car running, and I've driven it to, like, Walmart and stuff a couple times, and I have this popping noise. Whenever before the mufflers got installed, it was, when I decelerated, it would just pop, 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 whole bunch of pops on deceleration. And then had the exhaust, the mufflers installed, and it was still just pop, 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 pop every time I decelerated. It sounds great. It sounds awesome, by the way. But trying to get rid of that pop, pop, pop. The Corvette forum said it was the air pump. Maybe this the bypass valve under here maybe wasn't working correctly. So this vacuum line, I couldn't figure out where it was supposed to go. It comes out the back of my air bypass valve. The air bypass valve is up under your ASR. And so I put the vacuum that was coming out this side, I routed it to a T that went to the vacuum in the front of it. This it's a hard line that comes out from under the alternator bracket and goes to the air bypass valve under there. And then there's another vacuum that comes out of the back side of that air bypass valve, but I don't know where that goes, so I just put it back into a T right there. Still had the popping sound, so I was like, dang it, I'll disconnect the power to the air pump itself. So you can't see it here, but maybe you can against the background. I got the power switch for the air pump and I just disconnected it. That significantly reduced the popping sound on deceleration, but I'm still getting some. If y'all will recall, whenever I installed the spark plugs, one of them I couldn't get the seat all the way, so the Corvette forum said that if one of the spark plugs are not seated properly, that could also introduce air into the system. So I'm gonna have to, I hope it's this one right here and not the one back there, because if it's the one back there, man, everything has to come off. And I just had the AC filled up yesterday, so the AC works in here now. So also trying to get, if it's not this plug that's not in all the way, then I'm gonna inshallah loosen this just a little and then try to tighten it down, because right now it is touching my valve cover. And so what I want to do is loosen it, get it off the valve cover, and then tighten it back and put something in between the valve cover and this, so when I tighten it really hard, I can get it to seal. Maybe that's where it's sucking in the air and causing the pop, because they say that the reason it pops and the exhaust pops during deceleration is because air is getting into the exhaust from a leak. So inshallah the leak is either from the spark plug or the air to this air fitting. So I'm gonna tighten up both air fittings over here, and hopefully that's gonna solve the problem. I'm not gonna show this on video. I'm just telling you what's going on, that after I did everything, that I'm getting a pop on deceleration. The car is working great otherwise. Even that heater hose hasn't started to melt. I imagine it will eventually, but until I can find some metal corrugated tubing to go on it, I got to go with that. But it's holding up fine. The car sounds awesome. It sounds really mild when it's idling or when you're just tooling around, but when you step in it, man, that MagnaFlow sounds awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on those things, and hopefully that's gonna solve my problem.